Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Mathcast with Faria Yusuf, and we shall be doing the definite integrals today. So, definite integrals, let's see the key features in definite integral. Upper limit and lower limit are given. In definite integrals, upper limit and lower limits are given, meaning if I have the integral, then I should be having a and b, where a is my lower limit and b is my upper limit. Definite integrals are used so that we shall be getting the numerical value of the integral. So numerical value can be found if we have the upper limit and we have the lower limit, and then the integral becomes a definite integral here. Then the constant c, which we add in integration. For definite integrals, the constant c is eliminated. And the last thing to remember is that upper limit has to be greater than the lower limit. Upper limit has to be greater than the lower limit. So here if I say that the lower limit is an a and upper limit is a b, f prime x, integral of f prime x dx, then this shall be equal to, I shall be writing f prime x integral as f of x, and then the limits, the upper limit and the lower limit, they are written on the right side with the absolute sign. They are written on the right side with the absolute sign. And then further I can say that it is going to be the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. So it should be f of b minus f of a. And again keep in mind that b has to be greater than a. Upper limit has to be greater than the lower limit. So let's do a question for our understanding. Lesson 1, it says find the integral of 3x minus 2 to the power 8 dx, and lower limit is a 0 and upper limit is a 1. So we need to have the integral of 3x minus 2 to the power 8. So let's start working on it. They have given us 3x minus 2 to the power 8 dx, and we need to find the integral from 0 to 1. So for that we know the method. It should be 3x minus 2 to the power 8 plus 1. It is of the form ax plus b to the power n. So it's going to be 8 plus 1 as the power, and then this should get divided by the differential of 3x minus 2, which gives me a 3. It's the differential of 3x minus 2, and then I should be multiplying it by n plus 1, which in this case becomes a 9. And as discussed earlier, I said I shall be having the absolute sign here, and the limits then shall be written on the right, so that this is from 0 till 1. So solving it further, I can say that this is going to be 3x minus 2 to the power 9 divided by 3 times 9, and the limits are from 0 till 1. So no c. We can see that there is no constant added over here. So here I can say that 1 by 3 times 9 is a 27. I can just write it outside, so that here I am left with 3x minus 9 minus 2 to the power 9, and the limits here from 0 till 1. So now I can say it's a 1 by 27, and substituting the upper limit, this becomes 3 times 1 minus 2 to the power 9, and then it should be a negative, and 3 times 0 minus 2 to the power 9. I've substituted the lower limit also, so that this becomes a 1 by 27. 3 times 1 is a 3, and 3 minus 2 gives me a 1. So this is 1 to the power 9 minus 2 to the power 9 here. 1 to the power 9, that would remain a 1. And then here I can say it's a negative 2 to the power 9. As the power is an odd power, the sign for negative 2, that will remain a negative here. And then 2 to the power 9, that shall give me the answer as as a negative 512, or further I can say that this becomes 1 by 27 times 1 plus 512, or further I can say that this is going to be a 513 divided by 27, and this gets simplified as 19. So this 19 then shall be the numerical answer to this question. So this is how simple it is to do the definite integrals once we should be knowing the method of the integration. So let's do the second question. Integral with the lower limit 1 till 2 for 3 by x squared dx. To start solving this question, I would take the denominator to the numerator so that this becomes 3x to the power negative 2 dx. So to integrate this, I shall be taking this 3 outside, and then I should say it's a negative x to the power negative 2 plus 1 divided by a negative 1, and then on the other side I should be writing the limits as 1 till 2. So now I can say it's a negative 2 and x to the power negative 1, and the limits from 1 till 2. So further I will say it's a negative 3 and 1 over x with the limits as 1 till 2 here. So now I just need to apply the limits. It should be the upper limit minus the lower limit. So in place of x, I will be substituting 2, which is the upper limit, minus the lower limit, which is a 1 by 1, or I can say that this is half minus 1, which shall give me a negative 1 by 2. And further, I can say that the numerical answer here is going to be a 3 by 2, or it's going to be a 1 whole 1 by 2, which shall then be the answer to this question. Let's do another. Find the integral of a lower limit negative 3, upper limit minus 2 of the function 3x squared plus 8x plus 1 dx. So I shall be start doing the integral values here. This becomes 3x to the power 2 plus 1, that gives me a 3, and then I should divide it by 3, plus 8. 2x, I should say it's 1 plus 1, which is a 2, so I shall be dividing it by 2, and the integral of 1 is an x, and the limits here shall be from negative 3 till negative 2 written on the right side here. So solving, I can see that the 3 here gets simplified and this becomes a 4, so that now I can say that this is basically x cubed plus 4x squared and a plus x with the limits from negative 3 till negative 2. So just start substituting the upper limit in place of x. It's negative 2 the whole cube plus 4 negative 2 the square and a plus negative 2. So we have applied the upper limit here. Subtract the lower limit. So this is a negative 3 the whole cube plus 4 into negative 3 the whole square plus, and then a negative 3 here. So negative 2 the whole cube, that would give me a negative 8. Negative 2 times 4, negative 2 times negative 2 the whole square, that gives me a 4, and 4 times 4, that shall give me a 16 here. So basically I'm saying it's a 4 times 4, that should be a 16 here. So this is a positive 16, and plus minus gives me a negative 2 minus the lower limit. So negative 3 the whole cube, that would give me a negative 27. 3 times 3 square, that would give me 9. So this becomes a 4 times 9, that is going to be a 36, and then plus minus is a minus 3. So I just need to solve these values. Negative 8, negative 2, that is a negative 10, or negative 8 plus 16, that's an 8, and 8 minus 2, that would give me a 6, minus, and then I should say that negative 27 plus 36 minus 3, that would give me a positive 6 here. So 6 minus 6 is 0, and the answer to this question becomes a 0 here. Find the integral with lower limits 1 and upper limit 9 for 2 plus square root of x the whole square dx. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is to expand this with respect to a plus b the whole square, and we know a plus b the whole square is a square plus 2ab and then plus b square. So this becomes 2 the whole square plus 2 times square root of x plus the square root x the whole square, and dx here. And this was my integral from 1 till 9. So this means I should be having here 1 till 9, it's a 4 plus 4 under root x, and then square root of x the whole square give me an x, and dx. So I shall be integrating this function. The integral of 4 becomes a 4x. Here it should be 4x to the power 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1, which gives me a 3 by 2. And then for the integral of x, it should be an x squared divided by 2. And now I'm done with the integration. Therefore, the limits have to be written on the right side from 1 till 9. So solving it further for this 3 by 2, what I can see here is that this becomes 4x plus 4 times 2. I know that I have to reciprocate this function, so that this becomes 8 by 3 x to the power 3 by 2, and then it's a plus 1 by 2 x squared from 1 till 9. So now substituting the upper limit as 9, I can say in place of x, I can say that this function becomes 4 times 9 plus 8 by 3, 9 to the power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 9 the whole square. These are all the upper limits substituted here, and then minus all the values of x with the lower limit, which is a 1 in this case. So this is 4 times 1 plus 8 by 3, 1 to the power 3 by 2 remains 1, and then plus 1 by 2, 1 the whole square. So solving this, it's 4 nines are 36, and then plus 8 by 3. 9 to the power 3 by 2 is a 27, and then 81 by 2 minus 4 plus 8 by 3 plus 1 by 2. So solving the upper limit and the lower limit, I shall be getting the answer as a 297 divided by 2 minus 43 by 6, and then the final answer becomes 424 by 3, which then shall be equal to 141 whole 1 by 3, which is then going to be the numerical answer to this definite integral with the limits from 1 till 9. So this is how we shall be solving the definite integrals to get the numerical answer. So let's end the video here, and we'll be meeting you in the next video, inshallah. So Allah Hafiz and take care.